130 AC would continue to be a tumultuous year. After the first Battle of Tumbleton, where the two betrayers, dragon riders Ulf the White and Hugh Hammer, turned their cloaks, and the remaining Winter Wolves, the grizzled Northmen who followed Lord Dustin to war, cut their way through 10 times their number. This resulted in the deaths of Lord Ormond Hightower, who led the forces of the Greens, and his famous cousin, Sir Brynden, at the hands of Lord Roderick Dustin, who was also slain. The savage sack of Tumbleton followed. Sunfire arrived from Cracklaw Point, despite the dragon's crippled wing, which made it ungainly in the air. Thus hidden, they were able to recover their strength. Sunfire went on to kill the shy, wild dragon called Grey Ghost, leading to confused reports claiming that it was the cannibal that did it. King Aegon found many around Dragonstone who had grievances against Rhaenyra for the loss of sons, husbands, and brothers in her war, or for slights they imagined. And with their aid, he conquered Dragonstone. It took no more than an hour, largely unopposed as it was, except for Prince Daemon's daughter, the 14-year-old Baela Targaryen, and her young dragon, Moondancer. Baela had escaped the men who tried to seize her and had made her way to her dragon. And as Aegon II sought to land in the courtyard of the castle on Sunfire, thinking himself triumphant, the dragon and the princess rose to meet him. Moondancer was much smaller than Sunfire, but also much swifter and far more nimble, and neither the dragon nor the princess lacked courage. The dragon swooped and clawed and snapped at Sunfire, raking and tearing until at last a blast of flame blinded the beast. Tangled together, the two dragons fell, and their riders with them. Aegon II leapt at the last moment from Sunfire's back, both legs shattering, while Baela remained with Moondancer to the bitter end. When Alfred Broom drew his sword to kill her where she lay broken and unconscious, Sir Marston Waters tore the sword from his grasp and carried her to the maester, saving her life. Of this great battle, Rhaenyra knew nothing. The realm truly went mad during the Dance of the Dragons, but it was at King's Landing where most of the dragons lost their lives. King's Landing had fallen bloodlessly to Rhaenyra, thanks to Prince Daemon's cunning. But after the first Battle of Tumbleton, unrest spread throughout the city. Only 60 leagues away, Tumbleton had been sacked in the most savage fashion. Thousands burned. Thousands more drowned attempting to swim across the river to safety. Girls and women were ravished until they died, and dragons feeding among the ruins. The victory Lord Hightower had won with the aid of Prince Daeron and the two betrayers sent terror through the city, as the Kingslanders were sure they would be next. Rhaenyra's own strength was scattered and spent, so that there were only dragons left to defend the city. Following this was the storming of the Dragon Pit, no true battle, where an unruly mob, under the leadership of a man known as the Shepherd, went mad. This resulted in the death of 5 dragons. The loss of both Sir Willem Royce and the Valyrian sword lamentation that he bore and the deaths of Sir Glendon Good, who was Lord Commander of the Queen's Guard for one day, and Joffrey, Prince of Dragonstone. It was the fear of dragons and of their presence that gave birth to the shepherd. Who he was, we cannot say, as his name is lost to history. Some suppose he was a poor beggar, others that he might have been one of the poor fellows who, though outlawed, still stubbornly haunted the realm. Whoever he was, he began to preach in Cobbler Square, saying that the dragons were demons, the spawn of godless Valeria, and the doom of men. Scores listened, then hundreds, then thousands. Fear begat anger, and anger begat a thirst for blood. And when the shepherd announced that the city would be saved only when the city was cleansed of dragons, people listened. On the 22nd day of the 5th moon of the year 130 AC, Aemond One-Eye and Daemon Targaryen entered their last battle. On the same day, chaos and death seized King's Landing. Queen Rhaenyra had imprisoned Lord Corlys for helping his grandson, Sir Adam Valerion, escape arrest when he was accused of treason. Some of the sea snake's sworn swords joined the riotous mob in Cobbler Square, and some scaled the walls to try to free the sea snake, only to be hanged when they were caught. Queen Helena then fell to her death, impaled on the spikes surrounding Maegor's holdfast. A suicide, some said, and others a murder. And that night, the city burned as the shepherd's mob marched on the dragon pit, attempting to slay all the dragons within. Young Joffrey Valerion, the Prince of Dragonstone, plummeted to his death when trying to ride his mother's dragon, Syrax, to the dragon pit in order to save his own dragon, Tyraxes. Neither dragon survived. Wild tales and rumors followed about the deaths of the dragons. That some were hewn down by men, others by the shepherd, others by the warrior himself. Whatever the truth, 5 dragons died that bloody night as the mobs broke into the huge dome and found the dragons chained, and people perished in droves. Half the dragons that began the dance were already dead, and the war was not yet over. Rhaenyra fled the city shortly after.